So this stack of comics I got from an eBay seller that had a huge amount of Star Trek books that weren't actually Star Trek books. And this top one's a great example. It's the direct currents solicitations for the books that DC was going to be having for whatever month this is, April. So April of 1980 something. This is the magazine of all the books that they were going to be doing. IDW, DC Connect, and Marvel Previews. They all have their own like big magazines now that have like whole pages for each issue of a comic book that is going to be coming out. I always post those things on the Star Trek Book Club. Because they're really cool to see like just what the advertising was like around a book for books that came out like when I was like 8, maybe 9. I don't know, but there's a whole bunch of these out there. I've added all the ones that I've been able to determine on my website. This is the only one that I have, I think. But yeah, they're talking about the 25th anniversary of Star Trek, Superman for Earth, which I've read, and it was a good story about aliens that were coming to eat Earth. Yeah, and they're talking about more than just one issue in here. It looks like there's the Star Trek Mirror Universe Saga. Collects a whole bunch of stories from the DC series. I'm going to assume that had just wrapped up here, and then they also talk about the Justice Society of America, which was always a very confusing a book to me as a kid because actually to this day I'm not sure if it was. No, I know it was. It was an old comic series that DC brought back. So as a part of what this company had, they also had a whole bunch of these comic books that were biographies of people from the original series and from the new series. Very intelligently called The Original Crew and The New Crew. So both of these came out right around the time that TNG was coming out. So I think I only got one of the Original Crew in this purchase, but I got Jonathan Frakes one, which yeah, sort of. The beard doesn't really work there. I think this is actually probably the best of the like artwork that looks like the person, sort of. Him definitely not. He looks like the Tin Man, which oh, then Shatner there, which yeah, okay, I did Shatner hair, and then this one, which I think this is from a different company, Celebrity Books. Who are these from? It doesn't say. Oh, Personality Comics. Okay, so completely different company, but yes, unfortunately, that cover is damaged. But I haven't read this one, so I'm not quite sure what's in there. Maybe when I do, I'll write a review and I'll put it on my site. Maybe. And then this is Malibu's solicitations for the month of, let's see, did we say what month? August. So this is back when Malibu had just gotten the Star Trek license, and they were going to be doing big things with the Deep Space Nine license. And they did some really good books. So that was issue number 28. And this is issue 21. No, I'm sorry, 1. Issue 1. So I think I had it wrong. This is when they first got the license. And this is when they were like really rolling with it. Again, I haven't actually cracked these things open yet. But this is a Hero Illustrated preview of the Deep Space Nine stuff, and man, look at that station. She's a pretty one, isn't she? I'm sure that the Bajorans would not agree, and they would say that this is a symbol of fascism and it needs to be destroyed. But it was turned into something nice, sort of nice. So I didn't pay any of the prices that you see on these. They were all like 50 cents to $1. But this one I got from the eBay seller, and then when I went to Panama City Beach, I saw it there too, so I bought it again. I thought it looked familiar, and it wasn't until this last week when I was putting them all in like a pile to show you that I was like, oh, I have two of these solicitation catalogs, but these are thick. Like these are super big. They're probably about 100 pages of maybe not 100, maybe like 50 pages of all the books that are going to be coming out in 2012. So this is back when IDW had the G.I. Joe, the Transformers, and the Ghostbusters licenses, and they were doing a crossover called an Infestation, which I have not read. Even the Star Trek stuff that was involved in that. But I have a couple of them, so I should probably check those out. But this catalog is dense. It's much more of a like it's much more geared towards like the comic shop owner that wants to like know all the nitty gritty details about the book. It's not like the current solicitation catalogs that are geared towards both the casual reader, like they're trying to catch your attention, or like and the shop owners. This is like just like wall to wall words with very minimal artwork. It shows off enough. And then this one I got because all the elements say Star Trek to it. Peter David is a huge Star Trek author. You've probably seen his name in the news recently because he's having some health issues. And then, of course, the federal government's kicking people off of Medicare and Medicaid, and their insurance isn't doing what insurance is supposed to do. This is America. But this is such a great homage to Trek because it's got the next generation uniforms. It's got the next generation consoles, and then like a nice TOS miniskirt crossover. I have not read this one either, but this is actually going on my stack to read right after we're done here. And then this is a Knights of the Dinner Table series that was issue 88. Yeah, but obviously an homage to the original series with the colors and uniforms and the consoles and everything. And of course they say hailing frequencies open. This is one of those series that ran for a very, very long time. I have to assume because it's creator owned, but I don't actually know that. I'm just making an assumption. And then I have had Elf Trek, the first issue of this series, for years and years. And I saw this eBay seller had it for like $1 or $2 or something. So it's like, okay, yes, I can finally finish off this this mini series that I've had for a while. And they got some big ears, man. Those Vulcans. Then the con game, no idea what this is about, but obviously a Star Trek homage. So I was there for it. And then an issue of Bleeding Cool, number 3, that is talking about the Kelvinverse series that I want to say IDW was doing at the time. I also got some Marvel Vision books that I don't know what I did with them. But I know why I don't know what I did with them, because I put them in a stack, and one of them had price stickers, like the price stickers that we got in that one book that was like, no, I didn't pay that price. Like price stickers like this, but not on the plastic. They had like 2 or 3 of them down the front of them. And I went to the internet and I said, how do I safely get these off? And they said, oh, just do XYZ. And I did XYZ, and it like wiped out all the ink in those areas. I only did that on one book because I was like, if I ruin one book, I ruin one book. And, who cares about these books anyways? Well, I mean, I do. But I was just so upset about like how destroyed that book looked afterwards that I honestly feel like I should have just left the price stickers on it, because then maybe I wouldn't have shed so many tears. I do need to verify that I have logged these on both the websites. Just take that stupid sticker off. But God, I was so upset about that. I was like, you know what? It's gonna dry off, and I'm gonna put it in a bag of board, and then I'm done with it. I'm not even gonna think about it anymore. But here I am, making it everlasting and eternal on the YouTubes. So am I missing any Star Trek homage comics that you know of? Because I just got like that stack is a huge number of them. There's a few not safe for work ones that I also got that I'm not going to be talking about on YouTube, but I think you can talk about them in the comments. I don't know how YouTube comments, how heavy they censor them. I know they're a minefield, and I don't like YouTube comments, but I like comments from you.